Welcome back to My Real Estate Podcast with David Liberatore. I'm your host, and today we're diving into one of downtown Sarasota's most talked about properties. David, thanks so much for being here. We're going to be talking about the Mark Sarasota, this mixed-use luxury community that's really making waves in the area. What makes the Mark such a big deal in downtown?
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, the Mark is really something special. It's one of those properties that brings together residential living, retail, and dining all in one place, right in the heart of downtown Sarasota. What I love about it is that it's not just another condo building. It's really a lifestyle experience. You've got luxury apartments, ground floor retail, restaurants, and it's all designed to be walkable and vibrant.
Oh, wow. So it's like a full ecosystem. You're not just buying a place to live, you're buying into this whole downtown experience. And I imagine location-wise, being right there in downtown, that's huge, right? I mean, you've got everything nearby.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so attractive to buyers. You've got walkability to restaurants, shops, galleries, and the whole downtown cultural scene. Plus, when you compare it to something like Siesta Key or Longboat Key, which are more beach-focused communities, the Mark offers that urban, sophisticated lifestyle. But here's the thing. It's also positioned as a luxury property, so it attracts a very specific buyer who wants that mix of upscale living and an active downtown environment.
Right, and I know from looking at some of your other guides, like the ones on Siesta Key and Longboat Key, that those are completely different markets. So the Mark really carves out its own niche. What about the actual units themselves? What can buyers expect when they're looking at a residence at the Mark?
So the residences are really thoughtfully designed. You're looking at modern finishes, high-end appliances, and layouts that maximize that downtown living experience. The units range in size, so there's flexibility depending on what buyers are looking for. And because it's a mixed-use development, a lot of the units have great views and access to all those ground floor amenities. It's the kind of place where you can literally walk downstairs and grab dinner or coffee without ever leaving the property.
No kidding. That's actually really convenient. And I'm guessing that convenience factor plays into the pricing and the appeal. How does the Mark compare in terms of value and investment potential? Like, is this something that's appreciating well, or is it more about the lifestyle?
It's actually both. You've got strong investment fundamentals because downtown Sarasota is experiencing real growth and revitalization. The Mark is positioned as one of the premium properties in that market. And unlike some of the other luxury condo buildings in Sarasota, which are scattered throughout different neighborhoods, the Mark has the advantage of being in this vibrant downtown corridor. So you get both appreciation potential and that lifestyle component. Plus, the mixed-use aspect means there's consistent foot traffic and activity, which can actually support property values long-term.
That's a really smart point. You're not just buying real estate. You're buying into an active, thriving community. And I imagine for someone who's maybe done their research on one park or looked at some of the other high-end downtown options, the Mark offers something pretty distinct. What's your advice for someone who's seriously considering the Mark?
I'd say first, really understand your lifestyle. Are you someone who wants to be in the thick of things? Do you value walkability and being around restaurants, galleries, and activity? If yes, then the Mark is worth a serious look. Second, think about your investment timeline. If you're looking at this as a long-term hold, the downtown Sarasota market trajectory is pretty favorable. And third, really spend time in the space. Visit at different times of day, walk around downtown, see if it feels like home to you. Because at this price point, it's as much about fit as it is about the numbers.
I love that advice. Really taking the time to experience it rather than just looking at specs. You know what I think is so cool about what you do and what we talk about on this show is that every property tells a story about what kind of life someone wants to live. The Mark is clearly for someone who wants that sophisticated, connected downtown lifestyle. David, this has been really insightful. Thanks so much for breaking down the Mark for us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I love talking about properties like the Mark because they really represent what's happening in Sarasota's real estate market right now. It's exciting stuff.
For anyone interested in learning more about the Mark or comparing it to other luxury properties in Sarasota, definitely check out our guides on One Park, Siesta Key, and Longboat Key. You can find all of that on the site. Thanks again, David, and thanks to everyone listening. This is My Real Estate Podcast with David Liberatore.